I've got a confession for you that's going to get me a lot of hate comments. Are you ready for it? I don't like the album Purple Rain by Prince. Yes, that Purple Rain, the Purple Rain that fans, critics, musicians alike consider to be one of the greatest albums of all time. I just don't like it. And before you come at me with pitchforks and rocks and hate mail, this video is going to be all about the difference between I like it and I don't like it and good and bad. My name's Aryn Michelle. You can call me the Song Guru. And today's lesson is understanding that there's a difference between I like it and I don't like it and good and bad. And this has big implications for your songwriting, not just for your own songwriting, but how you engage with other people's songs. The problem is most people think when you say I don't like it, they think you mean bad. And those are two different things. So in the case of Purple Rain, I don't like Purple Rain. I've listened to the whole album all the way through from top to bottom, giving it the benefit of the doubt and the knowledge that most people really love this album, but it's just not for me. And why is that? Because I am a real person who has artistic preferences. I have lyric preferences that I prefer. I have melodic preferences I prefer, arrangement preferences, genre. And in general, 80s music is not my favorite because of the instrumentation, because of the mixing, and there's lots of other reasons. But the point is, even though I don't like Purple Rain, that doesn't mean I think it's bad. And this is a really important distinction to make because you have to start letting go of good and bad when you're talking about other people's songs for the most part and your own songs. I'm going to give a little caveat right here because I do think there is a very real difference between good and bad. There is a moral axis we have to deal with here. Good things bring truth and goodness and beauty into the world, and bad things advocate for chaos and violence and nihilism. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is artistic preferences. And when you are dealing with your songs or other people's songs, we need to start taking ownership over our own artistic preferences. And why we do that is because labeling something as good or bad stops us in our tracks. If you engage with a song you've written and you say, wow, it's really bad, you're going to be tempted to crumple it up, throw it in the trash, and not do anything else with it. On the flip side, if you write a song and you say, wow, that's really good, you might be tempted to not keep editing and working on it. However, if you use terms like I like it and I don't like it, both of these options give us opportunities to grow as we're writing and editing. If you look at something you've written and you say, wow, I like it, you know that that's a really important part of your song that you want to build other pieces of your song around. You want to elevate other parts of your song to that same level of I like it. And on the flip side, if there's something in your song that you just don't like, that's okay. Doesn't mean it's bad, doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means you might need to keep working on it to make it better. A lot of times students will send me a first draft of a song and ask me what's wrong with it. Or we'll be listening to one of their songs that they've brought to class and they'll say, oh, it's so bad. And both of these things are not helpful ways to engage with your song if you're interested in editing and building it. We don't want to talk about wrong and bad. We want to talk about specifically what we like and what we don't like. So I'm going to give you two playtime activities to engage with this content because I think it's important for you to consider other people's music and your own as you work through I like it and I don't like it. The first activity is going to be find an album that you are pretty sure you don't like, but that other people, lots of other people, fans, music critics consider to be a great album. And I want you to listen to this album all the way through, even though it might be a little hard. And I want you to not say, oh, it's bad. I want you to try to start to understand why you don't like it and journal about it. What is it about the melody, the lyrics, the production, the song form, the content? What about this album, or if that seems too heavy, maybe just start with a song that you don't like, but explain why. Because when you start to untangle your own artistic preferences, this will help you to know who you are, what you like, and this is going to make you a better songwriter. It's also going to make you a better friend to your other songwriting friends when you give them constructive criticism. I have a friend named John who loves country music. He is deep into country music. He writes country music. And a lot of times when he gives constructive feedback, it's with that lens of his country music preferences. And so I know that about him, and he knows that about himself. And so understanding our preferences is really helpful when we're giving feedback to other people. So again, it's not that that was bad or that was wrong. It was, I don't like that or I don't prefer that. I wonder if you've considered this alternative. So that's playtime activity 1. Playtime activity 2 is getting real with your own songs. I want you to find a song that you've written, could be super old or something you wrote yesterday, that you just don't like. It's a song you're super tempted to just crumple up and throw it in the trash and never open it again. But what I want you to do instead is really consider it. Play it several times, live with it, and then figure out, why don't you like it? What don't you like in that song? Is it not emotionally connecting? Is the melody kind of blah? Is the song form a little overbearing and it feels too long? If you can begin to decipher what you don't like about that song, then those are the spots you can edit and elevate so that you do like it. Have fun with those activities, and remember, if you want to write songs about your life or the things you love, or even Purple Rain, I can help you with that. My name is Aryn Michelle. I'm the Song Guru, and I'll see you next time. The Song Guru.